Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. TIMA members from 7 countries serve at a Tzu Chi free clinic in the Philippines. Kuanshan and Yuli TCH hospitals each celebrate their respective anniversary. Tzu Chi's morality education class in Indonesia helps parents and children learn together. The Tzu Chi Philippines chapter recently hosted a large free clinic with the participation of TIMA volunteers from 7 different countries. Besides optometry, dental, and pediatric services, this clinic was also able to offer some minor surgical services to help relieve the suffering of local residents.
With TIMA doctors coming from 7 different countries to volunteer at the large clinic hosted by the Tzu Chi Philippines chapter, the clinic was able to offer services in optometry, dental, pediatrics, as well as some surgical services.
When she was born, her intestines were abnormal. She needed surgery right away.
I want to have the surgery. That way I'll be able to study and get a job. I just want to help my grandpa and grandma.
Doctors at TIMA clinics will encounter all kinds of different maladies. So in addition to offering medical prescriptions, they are also prepared to perform some surgical operations at a moment's notice if an emergency arises.
I couldn't walk very far, and what was worse, the tumor on my neck made it impossible to work. I'm very happy now to have this dealt with, so now I can return to work.
This large TIMA clinic was able to treat 3,151 people. The clinic has been a great blessing and relieved a great deal of suffering in this community.
Also in the Philippines, in October of last year, Typhoon Kapu struck Luzon Island. On Luzon, the Nueva Ecija province, which is the largest onion-producing region in the Philippines, was badly damaged. Afterwards, Tzu Chi volunteers were there to distribute seeds to farmers to help with the recovery effort. In February of this year, Tzu Chi volunteers returned to offer assistance by providing the necessary fertilizer.
Here in this agricultural community of Nueva Ecija, Tzu Chi distributed onion seeds in the wake of Typhoon Kopu last October. Recently, Tzu Chi returned to distribute fertilizer. Volunteers also brought along some farming equipment to help the community this planting season.
Tzu Chi providing the onion seeds was really a great help to the farmers, but without enough fertilizer, they still wouldn't be able to ensure a good crop.
In October of 2015, Typhoon Kopu struck this onion-producing agricultural community, and Tzu Chi came to offer relief goods and a new supply of onion seeds. To help the community recover, Tzu Chi returned this spring with fertilizer. Marcella and her family were unable to purchase the fertilizer they needed. Thankfully, Tzu Chi showed up just in time.
We would have had no way to buy the onion seeds. Had we borrowed money, we might not be able to pay it back. So we're really grateful that Tzu Chi provided us with fertilizer.
Marcella's husband is partially blind and suffering from cancer, but he still works hard to assist in the work. Thanks to Tzu Chi's help, his hope for the future has been restored.
I never thought we'd be able to grow onions again, but you have helped us so much. We will be able to provide tuition for our children's education.
The seedlings are starting to sprout in the field. The villagers and volunteers are filled with joy at the sight. In these onion fields, they can also see hopes of a family realized.
In Myanmar, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to distribute rice seeds to farmers affected by the flood in 2015. Among the volunteers is Ma Mimi Hyang, whose umbrella store was damaged in a recent fire. Despite her own loss, she still took part in the recent distribution.
2 fires have occurred within 6 years in the market, where Ma Mimi Hyang's umbrella store was located. But she is calm about the damage to her store this time.
When I saw the fire, I only thought about the farmers, whose looks suggested they weren't afraid of the floods. Why should I be afraid of the fire?
Before her new umbrella store is reopened, Ma Miming Hiran has invited friends from the market to join the rice seed distribution.
In the
past, I would go dining with my friends after work was over. Sometimes I wouldn't even go home and sleep. But now I'm here, and I can help the farmers. It's meaningful. I'll come anytime she calls me.
Tzu Chi's rice seed distribution expected to last until May. Ma Miming Hiran's mother has also come to help at the distribution despite being sick.
I have been sick before I came here, so I didn't want to come. But my daughter said we were short of people, so I drank my medicine and came to volunteer.
With much work to be done, the volunteers shoulder responsibility happily. Ma Miming Hiran and the farmers all suffered from disasters, but they still embrace hopes to start anew.
In Taiwan, on March 16th, the Yuli TCH Hospital held a celebration to mark its 17th anniversary, which was attended by many local government officials. Since the hospital recently acquired the top-notch 256 MSCT scanner, Yuli Township Mayor also seized the occasion to get a CT scan exam and experience how the hospital safeguards life at all costs.
At the Yuli TCH Hospital's anniversary celebration, some women, including a 94-year-old grandmother, take to the stage to demonstrate exercises. For the past 17 years, the Yuli TCH Hospital has been safeguarding the health of the residents. To continue such mission, the hospital has also recently acquired the top-notch 256 MSCT scanner, with which the Yuli Township Mayor receives a CT scan on this day.
This equipment is very advanced. It is very helpful to seniors who live in our remote regions and government officials who are usually very busy.
In addition, the patients' sharing and appreciation is also a testimony to how this hospital in the small town has been safeguarding people's health with love.
The Yuli TCH Hospital is the first branch outside of Hualien. We can present how we have been serving the residents for 17 years.
As time goes on, the Yuli TCH Hospital will be taking on more responsibilities to safeguard residents' life and health with better medical skills and the most advanced equipment.
Besides Yuli TCH Hospital, this year also marks the 16th year Kuanshan TCH Hospital has served the needy in remote regions of Taitung. To celebrate this occasion, the hospital held a marathon inviting everyone to enjoy the beautiful scenery of Kuanshan.
On this early morning, racers are ready to begin Kuanshan TCH Hospital's marathon in honor of the hospital's anniversary. The beautiful scenery along the race route has attracted not only locals, but people from other countries as well.
Hong Kong doesn't have patties. The atmosphere here is very serene. I enjoyed the race.
Yes, and filled with warmth and heart. Along the path, there were people on bikes or fellow runners who would cheer us on.
The race not only tests the racers' physical strength, but also endurance. To join in the celebration, 200 students and faculty from Tzu Chi University's affiliated high school division also ran.
This is the first competition after my injury. I am very glad I trained for this.
To celebrate Kuanshan Tzu Chi Hospital's 16th birthday, seniors in the community have come to celebrate the occasion as well by putting on a dance performance.
For the past 10 years, we have helped serve residents in remote regions here. Our commitment to serve the residents of Kuanshan is firm, and we will continue to do so without worries.
Bestowing honor on the outstanding medical staff, Dr. Pan wishes that the doctors and nurses at his hospital continue to help him serve and protect all those in need here in Kuanshan.
Students from Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology recently participated in a national student competition of music. For their elective song, they chose to perform The Most Extraordinary Teacher, written by the president of Tzu Chi University, Dr. Wang Benrong. The song honored Tzu Chi's silent mentors. For their efforts, both universities won the award of excellence at the competition.
This is Lin Jiaru, a student studying in Tzu Chi University's nursing department. She says the first time she sang The Most Extraordinary Teacher, she remembered her first lesson with a silent mentor on the autopsy table.
There's one line in the song that is incredibly moving. It goes, "A thread between life and death with every stitch." Through the autopsy class in the 5-year program, these teachers taught us so much about the composition of the human body. That's really an incredible thing.
For someone to donate their own body for the sake of medical students shows true respect for the value of human life. Such a selfless act deeply impresses Lin Jiaru.
I just hope that our voices can convey the sincerity of our hearts to all the students and teachers present.
It is only thanks to the selflessness of silent mentors that medical practice can be furthered and developed. With the utmost sincerity, these teachers are a greater help than they can ever know in helping future doctors and nurses protect the lives of others.
In Taiwan, the exhibition at the Kaohsiung Jingsi Hall, which presents Buddhist teachings by combining technology and innovation, was put together with the joint effort of many volunteers. With different professional skills, these volunteers spent about half a year installing exhibition stands, planning electrical wiring, and creating computer graphics. Let's meet some of these professionals who turn ideas into an innovative exhibition.
There are many wooden dividers and lighting equipment in this exhibition area. All of them were done with the joint effort of many people. Wang Tianchen has been leading volunteers in building the basic exhibition stands since April of 2015. One had to spend several days working on each exhibition corner, mindfully planning the locations and sizes of the exhibition stands. Then there is Zhuang Guobao, whose job is to turn the star map into celestial decoration on the ceiling.
When asked to paint this, I thought to myself, can I handle this? Probably not.
Hoping to do the job well, Zhuang began to practice on the ceiling at his home. On the ceiling of Zhuang Guobao's living room is a painting of the galaxy, which even glows in the dark. Aiming for perfection, he researched and went to the planetarium. Then he made a sketch on his own ceiling. However, when copying the experience at the exhibition site, he met other challenges.
Making the planet models was not that hard, but the stars were the challenges. I thought it would take me forever to draw the numerous stars, so I asked a Tzu Chi sister if we could ask volunteers to help draw them. They'd feel a sense of achievement as well.
Besides Zhuang's presentation of the night sky, there's a polar bear displayed at the exhibition entrance. Its weather look, which is the result of climate change, is the creative work of sculptor Zhang Zhiqing. In addition, there's an electrical engineer, Zhong Yuechen, who was in charge of other electrical wiring at the exhibition site. He worked late into the nights during his spare time to finish this task.
I could never finish my work at hand, but I managed my time. It is all right, I was not making as much money, as long as my work was not disrupted. I see this task as a real job.
I thought about installing lights in the walls, but the effect was not good. Therefore, we switched to using mirrors.
Putting aside her regular work, interior designer Chen Yijun stayed at the exhibition site for more than 2 months, turning floor plans into 3-dimensional designs. Working from scratch, these volunteers with professional skills work with one mind to turn the 1,490 square meter exhibition space into a venue for the public to learn with a sense of awe and excitement.
Education is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty. As it's the beginning of a new school year, Tzu Chi volunteers in Xiamen begin to distribute financial aid to impoverished but outstanding students. A scholarship award ceremony was recently held at the Tzu Chi office, where 238 students from 46 different schools received monetary support.
Here in China, it is around 10 degrees Celsius in Xiamen. However, Tzu Chi volunteers warm up the hearts of the 238 students coming to the office to receive their financial assistance by shielding them from the rain with a procession of umbrellas.
Each of us had 2 umbrellas, and although our clothes got wet, none of us minded as we wanted the children to stay dry.
I am very touched. It's such a hassle to use an umbrella, so it's very touching the uncles and aunties went out of their way to shield us from the rain.
Volunteers lead the students in some icebreaker games to warm up their bodies, as well as get to know one another. A video on fulfilling one's filial piety was shown, and many of the students welled up in tears.
When I watched the video, I thought that he was able to make a meal for his mother. It surprised me to find out that it was too late for him. It made me realize that one should not wait to fulfill his or her filial piety. When the opportunities are no longer there, it's too late for remorse.
While I am growing up day by day, my parents are growing old. There is so much I still want to do for them. It just feels like there's not enough time to do them all.
学妹，赶快快长大哈，来抱一下哦，快快长大哈，来。
Personally handing out the financial aid to each student, Tzu Chi volunteers also enclose their blessings with the monetary support in hopes these students will rise above adversity and shine on their life path.
Tzu Chi's Indonesia chapter started a morality education class 10 years ago. In addition to teaching humanitarian values, the volunteers also encourage the parents to join their children in class to improve their relationship.
A new semester has begun. So has the morality education class at the Jakarta Jingsi Hall. What's different about this year's class is that parents also come with their children.
If the parents come with their children, the parents will know what lessons their children are learning, and they can repeat the lessons at home. It'll improve their relationship.
9-year-old Nia has developmental delay problems. Coming to the class with her, her mother also sees her changes.
Previously in the parent and child class, she had learned to be independent. Whenever her father is eating, she will bring drinking water to him. Now she has learned to control her emotions so she doesn't burst into anger easily.
A special feature of this class is its contents are diversified, so the students will learn things different from their textbooks.
Here, I've learned to be filial to my parents and do more good deeds. These are different from what I've learned at my school.
Here, I learned to be content, grateful, and how to help people. If possible, we should do our best to help those in need.
The growth of children in the class has brought them closer to their parents, and they can now understand each other better.
Next, we meet Ian N, who's a recent graduate of Tzu Chi Johor Bahru Kindergarten in Malaysia, and see how with only 3 years of Tzu Chi's education, she has transformed into a thoughtful child to her parents, a caring older sister to her siblings, and an excellent contributing member of society.
As part of the Tzu Chi Johor Bahru Kindergarten's graduation ceremony, students are giving their parents a foot bath.
When she brought out the water basin, I got emotional. I realized my child is growing up.
Among the graduates is Yao Yong-en, who has become quite mature for her age, thanks to 3 years of Tzu Chi's influence.
我今年生日的时候，
When the family was celebrating my birthday this year, she asked me why I didn't invite my mother to the celebration. She went through so much hardship giving birth to me. I should have invited her. Yong-en was there to remind me.
Although still quite young in age, Yong-en is still very much the responsible older sister.
At home, she helps to take care of her younger brothers and sister. She also helps out with household chores.
这个是妹妹
This was made by teacher Mei Zhen and Yong-en to help Yong-en release her stress when our youngest girl was sick. It's very meaningful, and she was quite moved to receive this gift.
这个孩子是一个
She's like a sponge. She pays careful attention in class and puts much effort into carrying out the lessons she's learned.
为什么你要冬天？
因为你要救苦难人。
为什么你要救苦难人？
因为有苦难人没有东西吃，我们要捐钱给他，然后他才可以买东西吃。
我们也是希望他
We hope after she graduates from here, she can keep up her efforts, continue to inspire us, and be our role model.
A cosmetic company in Taiwan has been donating money to help the underprivileged for over a decade. The company's president recently invited Tzu Chi volunteers to introduce Tzu Chi's principles to its employees so they can also donate to Tzu Chi. Let's take a look.
This cosmetic company holds its annual meeting today. Many employees respond to the call by donating to help the needy.
事实上，我们少了这500、1000，事实上还是活得下去。那可以帮助别人，事实上反而是感觉心情会更好啦。
就是帮助更多有需要帮助的人。
Doing charity is the president's way of contributing to society, and over 200 out of his 500 employees also follow his example to donate regularly.
好事自己做。
It seems a bit lonely if I'm the only one doing good deeds, but if my employees also do the same, we'll garner more power. And there's a saying, you reap what you sow. If you sow blessings, you'll get blessings.
Chen Weizhong came across Tzu Chi through his former staff.
I used to work for him, so when he talked, I listened. But now when I talk about Tzu Chi, he listens. He is now very good at spreading the master's teachings.
Painter Kuanshan shares his story with the audience. In the end, he donates the fee he received to help.
每个人心中都有一个善。
There is kindness in everyone. I only hope that this kindness can keep spreading out. That's all.
On site, the audience also prayed for the deceased and other victims of the earthquake in Tainan, filling the place with love and blessing.
In the aftermath of the recent flood in Bandung, Indonesia, local Tzu Chi volunteers have been providing food ingredients to the public kitchen, where food is being prepared for the affected residents. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.